All right, guys, so I got to see an early screening of Lights Out, and oh shit. All right, guys, so I was lucky enough to see an early screening of Lights Out. It doesn't come out for like another week or so. But basically, they made this movie because there was a viral YouTube video that was kind of freaky. It was only a couple minutes long. I put the link for it below. And basically, the premise is everything's all fine when the lights are on. When the lights go off, this ghost basically lives there and freaks people out and shit, right? Okay, so this movie takes it another step forward, and the whole movie is based around that. There's basically this creepy girl ghost that can only appear when it's in the darkness, lives in the shadows, kind of a thing. And if the lights are on, she can't bug you. So there's these two kids, one little boy and his older sister, and their mom, who is having some issues. She's on pills. She has some sort of weird connection with this ghost girl. You don't exactly know what it is right away, and that's your movie. I don't want to give away too much of the plot because it'll kind of give away stuff. And this is a movie that's better if you don't know the scares ahead of time, if you don't watch too many of the clips online, if you don't hear too much about it specifically. So I'm going to still give some pros and cons to it, but I'm going to try not to be too specific. So the biggest pro I can give this movie is its use of lighting, which is great because that's what this whole movie revolves around. That's its anchor. It's really cool how they decide to do things of how they freak you out with the use of darkness, which is a core fear of almost everybody, right? We're kind of scared of the dark because you don't know what's there. And the way they utilize being able to see her even when the lights are on, because you can see her in the shadows and in dark rooms and different ways, is just really cool. And I was actually really surprised with some of the creative techniques of how different light affects how the girl looks, how depending on the location, how different lights that are blinking will make her, appear different places, how she can be about to attack somebody and then boom, a light goes on and whew, they're safe. And there was some tense moments in this movie where I'm like, oh shit, but then a creative light source would happen and make her go away. And you're like, oh man. So again, that's the biggest pro. Also, I think her name is Teresa Palmer. That actress, she is so absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh man. Wow. Also, the character of the boyfriend who plays her boyfriend in this movie, I thought he was just going to be kind of a throwaway character, but he actually plays his part in this movie, and he's actually a pretty cool guy. I actually thought I was going to hate his character, and I liked his character the most. He wasn't a typical douchebag. He wasn't one of the people that's always just like, I don't believe you, I don't believe you. He was actually pretty helpful, and he did things, and you were kind of scared for him sometimes, so it was like, I liked his character. Now, as for the cons, the thing is that while the lighting was cool and some of the scares were kind of cool, what I hated and what I noticed a little bit at first, and then once it was in my mind, it really started nagging on me like a big fucking hangnail that's just there and it's annoying you, is the way these characters, every single one of them, reacts to this whole thing. Because this is a fucking paranormal, crazy, scary ass thing. If it was happening to anybody, nobody would react the way they do in this movie. Because first of all, as you see in the trailer, there is a scene where there's this big shadowy monster thing about to leap on this girl, and then this light goes on and it goes away, and she's like, oh my god, oh my god. Anyways, let's go about our day. It's just like, did you just see what happened? Every character in this movie, this thing is fucking trying to tear him apart, try to get to him. Something scary happens. The little boy, he can't freaking sleep at night, and he's falling asleep at school because of this thing. But nobody seems to care. Like, you'll know what I mean when you see the movie if you think about it, because for example, the older sister lives away from the younger brother, right? Like, she moved out or whatever. And she takes him into his house because he's having trouble sleeping at his house. And they both kind of talk about what's going on. Like, yeah, this is a real thing. We're not making this up. We're not dreaming this. This is really happening. And I'm like, okay, cool. What are you guys going to do about it? And then it was just kind of like, all right, he's going back home. And she's like, are you sure you don't want to stay here? And he's like, oh, no, I'll be fine. Oh, okay. What? No, you should be fucking fortifying your place with fucking rechargeable flashlights. Get a bunch of fucking candles from birthday candles that you can't blow out. Fucking put them all over the house. Fucking, what the hell? What? How did these, and then they're still just going to sleep normally, with like lights burning out and stuff. I didn't understand anybody's reactions to this in this movie. Nobody was fortifying themselves or being like, okay, here's how we're going to take this thing down. All right, here's how we're going to make sure we're safe. I mean, there's literally a scene in this movie, and they all know this thing is real at this point, and they're laying in the same bed, and they have like one tiny little candle, and that is it. And they've already proven at this point that this thing, basically, if it even can get a little bit of darkness, it can like pull you into the darkness, right? It'll pull you under the bed because under the bed is dark, stuff like that. And it's like, you guys are going to sleep in this room that's basically dark except for this one tiny ass little candle. And then, and that's not it. There's also, the girl at one point gets up and leaves the little boy there and goes off. She doesn't tell him or anything. She just leaves him alone in this room with this one little candle. It's like, do you not worry about your brother at all? And maybe wake him up and be like, hey, I'm leaving the room. Make sure this candle doesn't go out. Make sure you fucking stay in the light because this thing will fucking kill you, okay? Or let's stick together. It's like, let's all go in separate rooms and just fucking go to sleep in the dark. Like, what the fuck, man? I could go on and on about how much it pissed me off, and don't even get me started on the mom. Oh, my Lord. So the mom supposedly has a connection with this girl, right? I'm not going to go into details or spoilers about how or why, but it's just kind of accepted. Like, it's not even weird. Like, they're just like, okay. Like, the very beginning of the movie, the boy's going up to her like, talking to her about I'm scared or whatever, and she's like, oh, we're talking right now, and he's kind of like, what? Okay. And then he even sees the big crazy hand, and he just goes to his room, and it's like, okay, he's scared, but like, why wouldn't you be like, what the fuck are you doing talking to this crazy monster? What's going on? How do you know this girl? What? And even the sister, it's like, they need to grab her and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry. You probably don't know what I'm so angry about because I'm not being specific with it, but I don't want to ruin stuff. I'm just saying, when you see this movie, realize nobody would react like this in real life. People would make a big deal if a big fucking shadowy creature was trying to fucking destroy your life and kill you every second it was a little bit dark. You would fucking fortify your place with lights. You'd be, I don't know. It just really pissed me off. The more I think about it, it pisses me off even more. Also, honestly, even though I said lights were the pro in this movie, it's also kind of like I felt a little let down when I was leaving because then I started noticing lights more everywhere. And I was kind of thinking, they could have been a lot more ambitious with this. Instead of making this some monster that's just like every time it's dark, poof, there's this monster beelining straight for you to try to kill you. Make it a little more subtle. Make it a little more just like a thing that's stalking them. They could be in a movie theater, and you know how like the lights go down, you could see the things slowly start to appear, or like how things are, between movie previews, it's like dark for a second, and then the lights come on. Have that thing get closer, have it, boom, all of a sudden it's sitting next to him, what? And then the lights come on for the movie or something. Something like that would be kind of cool. Or, I don't know, there's just all sorts of really creative things you could do with light. And they did a few things, but I think it was just kind of lazy, honestly, that it was just, here's this scary monster that's just going to beeline straight for you every time it's dark. It was kind of, I don't know. It wasn't really, like, super scary the more the movie went on. When it first started, it was kind of freaky. But also the movie is only like an hour and 15 minutes or something. It's basically like a really long TV episode of some kind. It's a really short movie. So you won't be bored in it by any means. It is entertaining. I liked watching the movie. It was just the characters, the way they reacted to it was annoying. I liked the acting. I liked I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm blabbing on way too long. Should you see it? You know what? If you want to see a creative new take on a horror movie or a ghost and you don't want to see anything else this weekend, I say go for it. For me, this movie was a one-night stand. I had fun with what it was, but I have no intention of ever seeing it again. Alright guys, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Remember to hit the like button. And if you haven't seen my video with Shia LaBeouf, take a look through my channel. I have a whole bunch more movie reviews and a cool interview with Shia LaBeouf. So stay tuned if you can handle it. Go.